Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on Ravenport. We are going to carry straight on from where we left off in the last episode, so let's get to it. The other thing is the final crop on here. A lot of people seem to think that it was a really good idea to do cotton as the final harvest. Now, I did say last week, because I was saying before I had feedback about the cotton thing, that, you know, quite possibly I wouldn't do it. But that was before I seen the amount of positive feedback in favor of doing cotton. So I am actually going to do the cotton. We're going to go and get the appropriate seeders for it, and we are going to do cotton on the map as our very final crop that we do before we leave. So we will buy up the other fields. That's our plan, is to go and buy up the other fields as soon as they are ready to be bought. As soon as we've got the money for it. We've got 700,000 at the moment. So we got enough to buy one of them, but we don't have enough to buy both of them. Not yet. We will do. It's just that we've got to wait a little minute before we can get there. We will plough together the 3 fields so that they become one. And then we will get the appropriate seeders and stuff, and we will plant up the fields. Now, I want to go into here. And oats is absolutely fine for the horses all the way down through. So we want to put some hay in, and 8,000, I would say. Right, we put 2 bales in each pen. I think that'll be about right. And then the sheep over here, we could easily put 3 bales in there. In fact, I think we could probably end up putting 5 bales in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 bales right there. Actually, I said 2 bales in each of the horse pens. So we'll do the 2 bales in each of the horse pens first. I don't need to do anything else, so while I'm doing this, I'm actually going to fast forward time a bit. We'll go to, actually, why not? We'll go full 120. We'll go flat out with the time scale, and I'll put 2 bales in each of the horse pens, and then we're going to be putting like 5 bales into the sheep pen up there. There's a couple in for there. We may end up putting a little bit more in for the horses. I'm not going to worry about doing any more grass cutting, nothing like that. We are wanting to move on. Some people have said you're getting a strong vibe that I've had enough of this map. I'm actually quite enjoying the map. And yes, it is going to be nice to move on to pastures new and go to new places. But I'm not I haven't yet reached the point where I'm completely fed up with this map. I am actually really enjoying it. We've sort of changed the pace quite a bit on here. And I am actually enjoying what we're doing here. So, no, I'm not fed up with it yet. I assure you that I'm not fed up with the map yet. It's just that I do think that it is time for us to move on and do the change of pace. And I'm also, as we've now been talking about it, I'm quite excited about moving to the new place and starting the new project. In particular, having large-scale cows and pigs. Because one thing that we're going to have to deal with from that is a lot of manure and slurry. And there's a couple of machines that we've never used before. The one in particular is that brochard spreader. Huge, great big spreader. And we've never used it, not on any of our playthroughs. So in particular, I'm looking forward to being able to use that one. And we will be. Don't worry, we will be. That's definitely on the cards. The map that we're going to doesn't have that many trees around on it. You've got large patches of land, but no fields. No fields have been made. So we've got to create our own fields all the way through. And that's something that I really love about it. I think it's absolutely brilliant about the new map. Is that we are going to have to create our own fields. Right, I reckon one more bale in for the sheep for now. So creating our own fields as we go through, I think, is going to be absolutely awesome. I will be using... no! Nothing I can do about that. They're over and they're gone. That was... They just sort of moved out a little bit over the top of that bale. And I was just going a little tiny bit too fast there. My own fault. Entirely my own fault. Still. Live and learn. Right, we'll dump that into there. Now, what I'm hoping is that we will now go and we just kind of need to wait out the rest of this day. And then we'll be getting the... Oh, there's another mod, by the way. In the morning, we'll be selling the wool and the eggs, is what I was leading up to. There's another mod that I actually quite like the look of. I'm not going to be using it in this series, but I'm going to use it in the next series, and that's the one that adds the permanent water supply to all of the pens, and also puts water in for the chickens. And I think it looks really good, so I'm quite looking forward to being able to use that mod in the next series. I didn't think I'd bother putting it into this one. There honestly didn't seem to be a need for it. But I definitely think it's going to have a place in the next one. I think it looks really good. It's a nice little element to it there. So yeah, we will add that one into the next playthrough. Now, at the moment, we do have 63,000 litres of oats. We're going to keep those in there to feed the horses, just in case we do want to fast forward another day or two. It's not worth selling any other crops. We've not really got any. Wool at the moment is 1857. I'm hoping that's going to go up rather than down. Eggs at the ranch are 5,400, which quite frankly is a very good price. Above 5,000 is really what we're after. We've got two prices going down here. The ranch price will go down. The central grain elevator price, that one's going to go up. So by tomorrow morning, the eggs might not actually be ready for selling. It does depend on how much space we've got at the egg pens, and we will go and look at those in a minute. We're just coming up to the end of the day, so we'll just squeeze into here a second, and we'll let this one fast forward. So yeah, cotton. We will be planting cotton as our final crop. A lot of you seem to really like that idea, so I will go with the cotton. I will do that. We will prepare all the fields ready for cotton. We will plant, we will harvest, and then we are leaving. That'll be it. We will be done. So let's go here, and I want to go to the longest sleep possible, 14 hours. That'll allow the prices a chance to sort of whiz through whatever it is that they're going to do. Wool Commander bred 30 sheep. We've got a new achievement unlocked right there. Okay, so eggs at the moment, like I said, they're going to go down. The ranch has now evened out at 5,000. Wool has dropped further, down to 1725, so that's got to come back up before we can sell that. So, I mean, and these two here, these are both way down, but the central grain elevator is below 5,000. Above 5,000, sorry. If it's above 5,000, I'm fairly happy with going for that price. Let's have a look down through here. That's all looking good. We got no issues here whatsoever. Horses are in 35, 25, 45, and 14. I don't know why they only go 9. It might be because of us buying them later in the day, maybe? Something like that. Not quite sure. I know what I will do. I want to go to that one. Let's go to you. Great demand at pork grain elevator. For what, though? For what? What are you... Oh, potatoes. Not eggs. Ah, now look, we've got our eggs coming up. Look at this. The price is coming up now. That's still on 5,000. Port grain elevator is coming up, and a restaurant is coming up. Restaurant and ranch are typically the two that we get the highest prices for eggs. So we'll keep an eye on those two. We also need to keep an eye on what the egg pallets are actually doing right now. We've got a good couple of pallets worth on there. At least 1.5 full pallets, and I don't think we quite get that in a day. So we've got space here for eggs. We do have plenty of space for eggs. That's good. As long as we've got the space here, we can go another 24 hours if we want to. Got loads of space there. There's plenty of space there for them. We'll go and check the new pens, and we'll see how the new pens are doing. We went and bought all these 1,200 chickens we went and bought the other day. That's a lot of chickens to go and buy. It really is. It's a lot of chickens to go and buy. And we've got a full pallet up here already, which is looking good. I like that. I like the fact that we've got a full pallet. That's still on 5 grand. That one's not changed. But look at the price coming up here. The restaurant price, that is racing upwards now. Look at that. It's just about, there we go, and it's broke the 4,000 mark at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We are going to be getting a good amount of money from the chickens, I think. Let's go for a little drive. We go up to the top. Up here. All the way up round. There we go. So we got this one up here. We can come up through. We can check. We know that the chickens are doing well. They've got the wood chips over it so that they don't make any mess. And yeah, you know, it's once again the mechanic for cleaning up all of the animal pens. Absolutely great. It's wonderful. It's amazing. But you do get bored with it pretty quick, don't you? You do get bored of having to constantly clean them up. So putting down the wood chips on the feed areas, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. So that's something that I think we will do fairly early on in the new playthrough as well. Unless there's a mod somewhere that... because there was an animal table manners one in FS17. And I used that one all the time. I used that one a lot. I thought it was great. We're 4,600 on both of these. So we'll go one more day, and that should give... You know what? We're going to get you. And I'm just going to back you up this way. So we're not going to be using these trailers anymore. Right, these trailers here, we're probably not going to be using them at all, are we? Great demand at the barn. 240. What's that one? You can never really tell which one is which, because they don't, you mouse over them, they don't actually physically tell you which one is which I always think is a bit disappointing. I'm always a bit disappointed with that, because you can never quite decipher which one is which. I'm going to leave that one there. It's probably not the most tidy of places to leave it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And where is my... Oh, the trailer's over here. This is a trailer that we're going to want. We're going to want this one in the morning. We're going to want to be able to sell wool, and we're going to want to be able to sell eggs wherever the eggs are being sold for the mostest money. So we'll leave you there. You can park up over there. There's nothing wrong with you being left back there. And we'll come down this way. So we've got everything put away. We've got those neatly lined up there. We've got our other machines lined up over there. Yes, admittedly, we don't have sheds for everything, but I think that's all right. Let's go there. We'll feed him again. Look at that. Look at that. People have been telling me off for not feeding Cerberus, so I do need to make sure I feed the poor hound properly just to keep him happy. Right. 660,000. It's currently cloudy. We do have some sun on its way. It's 9:30 in the morning. These are dropping already. Those have gone up, and they've already started coming back down again. But the ranch is on its way up. Okay, wool right now is at a really good price. So we will... We can keep watching. We've got wool there that'll be ready to sell. And she's going to go over this way and check on our chickens again, just to see. As long as that one doesn't drop down... That's going to be good. The 2,000 there, that's a good price to get. And then the ranch, that one's coming up. 4,000 at the moment. But we're not quite getting the price for the eggs that we were hoping for. I mean, we should be alright. I mean, look at this. I don't think I've got enough room to do another full 24 hours of egg collecting, though. I genuinely don't. I think that we are going to have to at least load up a load of eggs. Off some of those, well, we're going to have to do something. We can't just leave them there. That's not going to be acceptable at all. I'm going to need you to keep going, though. Need you to keep going up. That's dropping. Well, no, that one's dropped. But these two, that one there, the port grain elevator, I don't know what that would have been in the middle of the night. I suspect that would have been a very good price. This one seems to be slowing down a bit. And I don't really like that it's slowing down a bit. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to slow time down like that. We're going to drop it right down to nothing just for a second. And I'm going to look on here. We've got pallets on here. So I will start auto-loading like that. Now I've got 4 pallets on here. Actually, we got 5. And then I've got the part pallet there. So I'll stop the auto-loading. And then unload onto the trailer, and we'll take them like that. And then we'll back out of here. Like this. We also need to check the animals a minute. I mean, how are the animals doing? It's 10 days worth that you put in for them, isn't it? Yeah, they're doing wonderfully. They're doing absolutely wonderfully. Right. So while the time's not moving, let's drive the wool up there, sell the wool that we've got on board, and then once we've done that, we come back down and we unload these pallets back into the wool area so that they can start loading up again. Although actually they're not going to matter, right? They aren't going to matter, so we could just sell the wool pallets altogether. I won't though. No, I won't. I will put them back there because I know there's a lot of people that would like the save game file from this one. So we're not going to leave everything as a complete and total mess. So we will put it back. We will continue exactly as we've been going at the moment. And we will assume that people will be able to come back into this one and carry on with it. So I'm going to unload you like that and put away from it as well so that you completely unload everything. 100,000 with 95,000, almost $100,000 worth of wool right there. That's an excellent start. That really is. Very pleased with that. Very, very pleased with that. Another 100 grand into the kitty. I mean, yes, we have had through various expenses a good 60,000 come off of the kitty. But we've made up, so the wool has more than covered our daily expenses. More than covered. So now we've got a whole load of eggs. I need to take these back over to the sheep pen first. Then we can start seriously considering what we're going to do with the eggs. Oops, steady. It looks like we've got about a half a pallet left that I can get with the eggs. So I don't have a day's worth of eggs left. It's a bit unfortunate. Right, I'm going to bring you to there, and I'm going to load those up. And then I'm going to stop loading, and then I'm going to bring that one over there. Just move you forward a little bit like that, and unload. Nicely timed. Look at that. If I'd been any longer than that, it would have spawned in a new wool pallet. And they're all in the right place. Exactly where they should be. So now I can start speeding up time again until either one of these... So that one's got 2,000 in it. That one's 2,000, 3,000, 2.5, 5,000, 1,000, and 4,000. We're doing fine. We're doing absolutely great. I want to go over here, and it's the eggs. I need to keep an eye on that one. I'm just going to watch that tick through a minute. It actually seems to be going up faster now. There's great demand for wood chips up at the sawmill. And that's not worth worrying about. The barn is actually selling silage, buying silage for more than a biogas plant right now. And we've reached the 5,000 mark. Absolutely fantastic. The price is still climbing fairly rapidly. So we should be getting a very, very good price for eggs up at the ranch as soon as we've got the... As soon as it's stopped. So I'm going to bring this one over here. I'm just going to wait for it right there. We're just... Now, all we're waiting on is for the... Either the eggs to fill up or that price to stop rising. That is a beautiful price that we're going to be getting for it there. You could not ask better. The restaurant price, that's gone way down. But, I mean, look at this. We're going to hit 5,300 without too much trouble. That's going to get a full 5,300 without too much trouble. I've got a half a pallet on there. Oh, wow. Okay, this price is going through the roof. This is absolutely going through the roof. It's coming up to 5 o'clock in the evening. I kind of want to skip the night now, but I'm thinking that would be a foolish move to go and skip the night at all. We're going to hit 5,000. It's slowing down. It is definitely slowing down now, but it's still ticking upwards. We could be doing some late night work. I don't like to do too much late night work because I'm aware that the light on the screen, it doesn't come out very well. But at the same time, my goodness me, this definitely looks like it... Oh, this is amazing. It's really slowing down now. Right, we're getting pauses in the numbers as they're going up. We're 6:30 in the evening. No, I'm not going to skip any time. I'm not going to skip any time. We'll go... All right, 5,600. We'll go for that. It's not going to go much more than that. It's not going to change much more than that. That is about our maximum limit. So we start loading these up. There we go. We will start loading these up. We've got a lot of eggs right here. We've got 7 pens of eggs that we need to move. So we'll bring them up through. So there's 3 of them right there. We've got another one right there to make 18 pallets. Now, the problem is I cannot do all of it in just the loads that we've got. So I'm going to stop that one right there, unload onto the truck, and I'm going to do it like that. And then we'll come back and we'll get the next 3. Well, actually, I'm sort of thinking with the next one, we might be alright to do it. We may get all the rest of the pallets on, because there should be a few empty pallets. So if we load carefully, we might actually be able to do this without sort of messing things up too badly. At least I'm hoping. It's going to be a bit difficult to unload the pallets afterwards, but I've got a plan for that as well. So we should be able to get everything loaded and unloaded without any issues whatsoever. So bring this up round here. Now remember, we got 5,600 per 1,000 litres, and these egg pallets are a good 10, they're what, 9,600 each, or 10,000, I can't remember. It's either the wool or these that are 9,600, and then the other one is 10,000. So you pretty much, you can say we got 10,000 litres per pallet. I'm pretty sure the wool is the 9,600. So these here are 10,000 litres. Come on down here, and it's the ranch that we need to sell at. So we want to turn right at the bottom of the hill, around there, head on up this road. And this is just the first load. We got another load to sell after this. And this is going to be quite spectacular. This is going to get us a lot of money. So what we'll do is we'll get up to this point right here. Make sure we're completely stopped before we take those straps off. And then start driving over the bridge like that, and unhitch and come out from underneath it so that it allows it to load, because it does that weird thing where it blocks it. Oh wow, $750,000. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. It really is. Right, I'll straighten them up again. We'll put the straps back on, and we'll get $750,000 from eggs. And we got another load to go yet. That's if we get the same again, that is going to be $1.5 million just from selling eggs. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have put to bed the question of what can be profitable in Farming Simulator. Eggs. Right there, eggs. And yes, base game eggs are a bit of a pain in the posterior, because you've got to you've got to manually handle all of them, and you can understand why. You really can understand why. With that kind of money available, yeah, they've got to make you work for that money somehow. So we are kind of bypassing that, but it's automation, and what I would like to have seen as an alternative to just having to do it all by hand all the way through is, rather than making us do it all by hand, have an upgrade so that you can have either pallets like we've got, or a bigger thing, say some form of container, say some sort of like larger container that would have them, and then you've got a special lorry trailer that you've got to load the container onto, something like that. There are different ways of doing it that you could load them up, but it would be a substantial increase. So you buy your chicken pen, you get your 400 chickens in your pen, and then you pay to automate them, and so you've got to fork out a lot of money for a truck to pull the trailer. You've got to have the special container trailer as well to be able to load those up, and then the eggs themselves, you're looking at 50,000 eggs per container. So you 50,000, I mean these are 10,000 litre pallets, 50,000 litres per container. And then once it's full, it doesn't like produce 2 or anything. You've got to move it when it's full. I mean, I suppose you could have two, one side by side, so when one's full, you go along, you're moving that one while the other one is still filling. But you can only move it with the lorry. You've got to use specialist equipment to be able to move this container. And say it would be a $100,000 upgrade or a $250,000 upgrade in order to be able to get it just right. Now, that's the sort of thing that I would like to see in the game. Those kind of upgrades. And I know that there have been plenty of mods that have introduced that sort of thing. And I love those kind of mods. I really do. I think they're brilliant. You know, having to fork out a load of money to upgrade so you can start automating stuff. That's a really cool way of doing it. Now, we will stop loading like that. And then I'll bring this one over. Go like that so that we can see where they go. And I want to put 6 pallets down on there. So we want to go just past the front like that. And then I want to unload. And the first 6 pallets on there are in exactly the right spot. So I'm back it up to about there, I think. I don't need to go any further. That's perfect. So we go forward a little bit more, and one more lot. There we go. So I'll unload, I'll stop loading. So we've got our 6 pallets back there. We can spin on round, and we go and unload our next 6 pallets over here. So I will do the same again. I'll press B so that it's loading out to the side like that, and just inch past it. I don't go too far. And press Y and unload, and the first 6 are in the right spot. Let me just back up a bit. I'd say about there. Nice. Nice. Okay, I'm quite pleased with that. And the unload marker again. So we bring you around this way, like this. There, and this one. Yeah, I want to go forward just a little bit more like that, and unload. Perfect. Right. So that's that lot done. Next, I need to get the rest of the chickens and the rest of the eggs. Now, there's a little bit in each of those pallets, but I don't want those first. What we're going to do is we're going to go up to the very top first. Those are the ones that I think that we would, you know, that's what you would mess around with first, is the ones up there. So in order to get those ones up there, we're going to have to... Actually, I'm not really sure. I could try driving up and then backing round that. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll go round this way and we'll back round that corner there. It's not going to be the easiest. It wouldn't be the easy. If you were doing this in real life, you probably wouldn't drive the truck up here, to be honest. You'd probably have the man with the front loader bring the pallets down. Let's be honest. That's probably what would happen if you're doing this in real life. Because I can't see people bringing these great long trailers all the way up here when they're sort of grounding themselves out as we're driving around up here. That's not good for your truck. That's not good for anything. Right, I want to go very, very slowly so I only get that little tiny bit left there. A little bit more. Wrong one. Wasn't supposed to do it that way. Still, it's done it. I've got 2 pallets left there, so any eggs that are produced will be put into those pallets there. They won't be put anywhere else. You can drive this one down. I'll see if I can pick up some of these without picking up all of them. Because, yeah, I've still got too many. I don't think I'm going to do it here. This one, we're just going to grab the lot. It's not going to do what no, it's not. Okay, so I've taken all of those. And... well, that one might work. I might. If I go out far enough. Actually, let me turn off the auto load for a second. I've done this wrong. I should have... I don't want to be in here like this. I'm just going to... yeah, okay. Ignore this bit. Well, there we go, folks. I'm afraid that's it. We've run out of time, which means that we need to head on home. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please hit down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.